3.
Welcome to the 2.5 Citizens Podcast.
I'm Zen.
And I'm Pablo.
And let's get right into a few things. I mean, so this is going to be coming out late, and this for a few reasons. It's for a few reasons, let's say. Originally, which we're going to need some time for all this.
Yeah.
Originally, the plan was podcast and vlog for the infamous bachelor party.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to see with all the... I feel like I didn't take the camera to places I should have.
Yeah.
But I also felt like it was dangerous to take the camera to certain places.
Yeah.
And then we've got some iPhone footage. We've got some camera footage. We're going to try to compile it together and see what resemblance of the weekend we can put together for you.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any any footage.
Salvageable footage.
Yeah, I don't think that anything can be used.
We might be able to find it, but
we might just post a picture. I don't know.
I mean, the podcast equipment was there, dog.
It was.
I mean,
I wasn't there.
I took it. The mics were there. The camera was there.
I don't know.
I mean, we had mic stands.
It was a bitch and a half to get it there, too.
It was a little bit fitting in the trunk.
Yeah.
And tell me why. I had this reason every single time that I take podcast stuff with me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this podcast ain't about to happen. Every trip I do it.
Yeah.
But something told me that it was going to happen this time.
I legitimately, if you would have asked me realistically before we left Houston, is this podcast going to happen? I would have said 1,000%.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me the morning after the first night, I would have still said 100%.
At what point in the weekend did you realize this is not happening?
Sunday night.
Sunday night? Okay.
Rainy.
All right. So we'll do a run through of what happened. It was so Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah.
Trip. It started off real nice. Started off real pleasant. We had Pete Terry's first day.
I think it got me sick.
Allegedly. You had been saying that. We were surrounded. First of all, the one good thing that I will say about this trip is that you couldn't really just say bullshit because someone would call you on it. We had nurses there. We had finance people there. We had environmental scientists there. We had different people there.
Yeah.
So someone was telling me there's no way that Pablo ate P. Terry's a few hours later is feeling sick from there. It had to have been something from the day before or something from earlier. So someone is saying cap to P. Terry's. I can't remember who it was. Another thing is none of us got sick. And we all ordered the exact same thing.
I don't know. I think my burger was just not good.
I think your burger you didn't like it.
Yeah.
And so then you blamed it on it. It's
yeah, I didn't like it.
It's I
didn't like it. Instantly had diarrhea. So it was P. Terry's.
So it's kind of like when girls don't like the date with the guy and then they try to Me Too him.
Okay.
That's basically what you're doing with the burger, dog. That's what you did. It's what you was doing. You were like, you know what? I asked for this burger. I asked for this burger, but I don't like it. So I'm gonna say that this was forced upon me against my will. Oh my
God.
And they got me sick on top of all that. And then they'd be like, and it got me pregnant. Chill. All right. So first night
we can't be coming out this wild. We're
it's been a
2
minute.
seconds in.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I've been holding my tongue all weekend.
You have.
I've been holding my tongue.
Have you?
You're like, have you? I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I have. But it was cool. First night we hit the pool.
Yeah.
We back inside. I don't know what that horse game is.
It was fun.
So you roll a dice. Whatever dice that lands on, that horse moves. You draw beforehand so that you make sure that you have your horse. So you're trying to win. There's money on the table. There's Splenda packets, right?
Yeah.
It was interesting until, I don't know who was it, Ruben or somebody decides to say, whoever don't win, because there's 3 winners. It's first, second, third place. Whoever don't win, we taking shots. All right.
That was not Ruben.
Someone said that.
Yeah, but I know it wasn't Ruben. He wouldn't have said that.
I think Armando probably. That seems like...
That sounds like either Armando or Jesus. One of them two.
Yeah.
Would have said something like that, yeah.
So that was that. Pablo gets Tiffany'd out. And it's a chill... It's a chill thing. We had an over-under on 11:30. No, on 11 o'clock. It was 10:30 by the time everybody was in bed. Night one.
Yeah. Okay. So like, people are gonna be listening to this and be like, "What the?" So
it was
like,
10:30.
we all have jobs. Like, nobody is in college anymore. I mean, Ryan's in nursing school, but like, this is his second degree. Like, he's already like he already has a bachelor's degree, and he decided he doesn't like doing that, so he went back to be a nurse. So like, he's already had the college experience. This time around, it's just like him just like
Doing what he needs to do, getting
yeah,
the degree.
Yeah, exactly. So like, all of us, we're all like in our careers and stuff. So, I mean,
That's the
because
excuse we're using, right?
yeah, and I mean, bro, I think about it. If all these 3 days, we would have gone to bed at like 3, I feel like I would still be hungover right now.
Okay, I agree. I think the times that we went to bed, basically, we started early to end.
Look, we're old, okay? I'm just gonna say, like, if we're gonna tiptoe, we're old.
All right, so Pablo's old ass, mind you, I was up. Pablo's old ass. It took me a minute to fall asleep day one.
Really? Dude, I was like a light.
So that's night one. Second night, we float in the river. It's nice. It's relaxing. I introduced the game Thunder to the squad, which means you put on AC/DC's Thunderstruck.
I hated
and
that
every
game,
single
bro.
time that you say that the song says Thunder, it gets passed on to the next person to be chugging.
Can we talk about how before that I almost drowned in the river?
Well, how did you almost drown?
Or in the lake or whatever? River. No,
We're in a river.
River.
We're in a river.
Okay, so because of how cold the water was, when y'all were like, "Bro, rope swing."
We did.
And then like
it was so deep.
And then like one, I wasn't expecting it to be that deep, but also for there to be a rope swing, it had to be like pretty freaking deep.
Yeah, we didn't think
Otherwise,
about
you're gonna die. Like you're gonna break your legs. So I get off the floaty and instantly like, woo, and I'm like, oh, I didn't touch the floor, and I didn't touch the floor for a minute, and like my chanclas are like everywhere. They
Not
like
only that,
and then
it's freezing.
It's freezing water, and my body's not used to that. So then like it just starts locking up. So then I'm like, I can't swim as
trying to
well.
lift you. I think.
Yeah, everyone's like trying to like pull me out because like my body's like in shock. It's like what it like freaked out. It like wasn't expecting like that much cold.
Yeah.
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 I finally understood why Jack like couldn't swim and just like kind of froze there.
So now you can. Okay. So water was super cold. We did have you jump into that. That was funny.
What?
The fact that you just went in there, because mind you, every single time that Ruben was pulling our entire float
big
circuit
ups
out of the water,
yeah,
like you were just dancing and singing the music. Every single time.
Yeah. Apparently, y'all would be like, Pablo, it's time to move. And then I'd be like, oh, crip on blood.
And I'd be like, all right. I'd be like, all right, let's continue. So after that, we played Thunder, because it's really, we needed Pablo to accelerate his drinking at the time.
I just needed to recover from the previous night.
So we start.
And then they'd be like, oh, you feel a little good? Here's like a ton of more alcohol.
So that's what we would do. So it'd be like a ton more alcohol. All right. The rivers take a lot out of you. I don't know if you've ever been in a river.
Do.
They're very exhausting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of floating, a lot of sun on you. That's 2.5 hours of just sun
can we talk about my boy Jonah and how he like when we parked?
Okay. we can talk about Jonah and pretty much Jonah doing his own thing the whole trip.
Yeah.
That's Pablo's cousin. And it's one of those things where it's like, the thing about it is you're able to choose all these people that are here.
Yeah.
And a lot of them made sense, except for if you were to look at it on paper, except for Jonah. And then you realize, like, oh, that's his cousin. Okay, makes sense. So Jonah was like half there the whole time. Like the whole time. He was like half there. He would speak in like 3 to 4 word phrases, and like that would be like what we would get from him. But I mean, it was interesting. Pablo would be dancing, doing whatever. Jonah would be like, hey, yo, Jonah, we need you to get up. And he'd be like, all right, and not move, like, at all. I was just confused. I was just like, what are we supposed to do at this point? All right. And then, like, he might be stuck on a rock or something. But you know, that was that. We're leaving this exhausting float. You know, it was nice. It was fun.
Yeah, it was
we headed to lunch at the Grits Mill, shouts out Green, Texas.
Yo, yeah, we get there.
We haven't gotten there yet, dog.
No.
We haven't gotten there. We're walking to the car.
Okay.
And Pablo says, I want to go out tonight. I was like, what? Hold the fuck. What the fuck you mean you want to go out tonight? I mean, we hitting Fogo the Chow tonight. We getting dripped out. We going to the bars. And I'm like, hold on. I'm looking around at people like, are we like, we're scratched up. Like we're exhausted. We're about to head to lunch. Like we don't have any sense of like what's going on. And we're having conversations amongst ourselves. Just kind of like, yo, like, are you sure? Like we're thinking plans out.
Yeah.
Out the back, we just hear Pablo, I have spoken. The fuck? The second we heard that, we're like, Pablo has let this power get to his head. But that was the first time. So we were kind of like, Pablo never does this. Like, should we
But knowing me sober, am I a power hungry person?
No, which is why we're kind of like, all right, like, I think we need to let Pablo do this. Because, like, he must really want to. We're having so we're at Grits Mill. We're eating.
I wasn't there.
They have the best.
Like, my body was there, but, like, I wasn't there.
Best chicken fried chicken shouts out.
That shot there, bro, that was so bad. I, like, almost threw up.
The shot?
Yeah, like, I come back from the bathroom, and I'm, like, trying to sober up. Because I was
the shot from downstairs.
Yeah. So, like, I get back to her and being like, shot. And I'm like, no, bro. Like, I'm trying to sober up. And everyone's like, no, shot.
Well, I was told that, like, we're, like, doing a shot for Pablo. And, like...
There was all these shots for Pablo that I wouldn't ask for.
So, shot for Pablo. We're upstairs. Mind you, Pablo has just spoken, like, 15 to 20 minutes ago.
I had the worst thing on the menu.
Yeah, which, just to be different, we all told you what the best thing on the menu was, and he, like, everybody just, the majority of the table got chicken fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
Or chicken fried steak.
But mainly it was chicken fried chicken and mashed potatoes. Pablo goes, I'm gonna get the fried catfish with zucchini and squash. All right. I don't even think I think the waitress was even like, I guess.
Well, I asked her. I was like, what do you think? Like, is it good? Because, like, if it's good, bro, catfish? If it was good?
But didn't she say it's all right?
She did say it was all right. And then I was like, oh.
I would have lost faith in my order immediately.
Yeah, well, she said it's all right. And I was like, whoa, wait. So then maybe I do want the chicken. And she was like, no, I mean, if you want to be different, like, get something else. And then she said the magic word, if you want to be different.
And you wanted to be different. That was the only reason you had done it off rip.
And then I was like, when I was eating, like, I remember I, like, tried Danny's chicken fried chicken, and I was like, what the f did I do? Like, after that, I didn't even want to touch the catfish on principle. On principle alone.
So, after that, after you made a bad decision on your own, which we just let you because it didn't affect us, which is the thing, too, is, like, these bad decisions affected us, but this one was one that you could just make on your own. So, after this, Pablo collapses on the table like if he's like a 6-year-old at a quinceañera.
Yeah.
You know, like when it's like the end of the night and like you're ready to go and there's all the kids just laying like head down on the table passed out.
Yep.
That was Pablo in the middle of lunch. This is lunch.
It's lunch. There's like kids at this restaurant. There's like families, like people having wholesome times, and I'm drunk, passed out on this table.
So, at this point, as we always have to travel in 2 cars because the squad's so big, and coincidentally, Pablo and I were hardly ever in the same car.
Yeah.
So I could talk about Pablo while he wasn't around.
Oh, my God.
So I'm, like, in the car, and I'm like, dog, like, are we really about to try to go out tonight? Like, I'm having these conversations. I'm like, are we really going to do this?
Yeah.
And we're all like, dude, I start like hearing from everyone nobody wants to go. And I'm like, okay, so if we're all like in agreement, then maybe we can convince Pablo.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like if we're all in agreement, then maybe this might be a good sign. And so we pull up to the house and I'm like, hey, Ruben, I've been talking to the guys. We're thinking that like maybe we can try to convince Pablo. Otherwise, you know, he passed out at the restaurant. So maybe we can be like, yo, man, like, maybe it's not the best idea for you to go out tonight. Maybe you should recuperate. He was like, dude, Pablo took a nap in the car and tripled down. He was like, he rested and he said, I'm rested. I'm good. I'm ready to go. We're going to Fogo tonight. We're going to get dripped out. And I was like, oh, God. I was like, all right. I got to step away. I'm going to go run an errand. Can y'all like talk to Pablo? I come back and everyone ironing their shirts. And I'm like, so we lost this one? Like, we lost this war? And they're like, oh, yeah, no, 100%, like, we're going. I was like, All right, let me
Bro,
go
y'all
get
should have
dressed.
just told me.
Dog, you tripled down.
No, if y'all would have been like it was. You should have said it when I was sober.
We never got a chance.
This is y'all's fault.
You started saying it because you were getting lit.
This is y'all's
like
fault.
every time you would get like, coming back from Grits Meal, like, we're about to get you on the shot. You just like played Thunder. You were like, I have spoken. At that point, shit was over. Then we thought, all right, he's sobering up. He passed out.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to be like...
Second wind.
And then he got a second wind.
Second wind.
So you catch your second wind.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, I guess we're going out tonight.
Y'all really should have told me, and I would have been like, okay, let's just go to the pool.
I don't think. I mean,
I think maybe hindsight.
You're saying this in hindsight.
I wasn't being reasonable at all.
Yeah, you're saying this in hindsight.
I don't know what happened. I got to Austin.
It's like you ever get into an argument with your girl, and then you just go outrageous, and the next day you're like, if you would have just told me I was being an asshole, I would have just. And you're like, no, you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You would not have if I would have told you that. Yeah. Period. So
yeah.
You Monday morning quarterbacking this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
So he catches the second one. I said, all right, fuck it. So we get dripped out. Right?
And then y'all toasted me. I almost cried. It was like that long ass toast.
Oh, yeah. We did one thing, though, and we're going to say it one more time. Shouts out to Ruben. We kept on shouting out Ruben the entire weekend, and he was getting annoyed as fuck.
He hated
because
that.
He was kind of like, he likes to do shit in the shadows.
Yeah, he does.
And not only that, it was about you.
Yeah.
Like, this weekend was about you. So, like, every single time we mentioned Pablo, we mentioned Ruben.
Yeah.
And he was like, could y'all stop?
Yeah. He was like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. So, part of me was doing it more once I learned. So I'd be like, yo, real talk, shouts out to Pablo. But while we here, honestly, can we shout out Ruben one time? It was never one time.
No, and like 50 times.
So that happened during that toast. You was getting all emotional. I'm glad you was about to wear that outfit. I'm glad we dripped you out. You wore a different outfit.
Yeah. I mean, is that a bad outfit?
It's not a bad outfit, but the other one was better.
The other one was better. For what we were going to do.
Exactly. So we go out. Second wind of power hungry Pablo comes out. It's your first time at Fogo, so you learn in the ropes.
Yeah.
You learn the ropes immediately once after you hit the first thing. And I think it's kind of what happens to a lot of people. I don't want to be the person that starts telling people, like, don't eat chicken, don't be careful with the bread. Like,
yeah.
Because, like, I know, like...
Yeah, like the cheese bread, that's how they get you.
That's how they get you. Like,
or like
I don't
when you go to the side and get a bunch of salad stuff.
So that's what you did off rip, is you went to the salad bar, and it's the craziest salad bar you'll see. And you're like, oh, this is some great salad. Like, oh, damn, they got, like, all these different cheeses. You're grabbing all the cheeses. Oh, shit, they got chicken salad.
Yo, that cheese with the honey, though?
Yeah, but that was different. I'm talking about you're at the salad bar off rip. You're grabbing the salad bar off rip. And then he goes back to his table and he understands how much meat is actually getting dropped on his plate.
Yeah.
I don't know if... I don't even think... You hadn't been drinking, so I don't even think this was power hungry off alcohol.
No, it was...
You had one drink, but what I think is you had so much meat that, like, your masculinity and testosterone levels had, like, raised. Because immediately, you didn't say this one around the waiter.
What I say?
You were saying, man, I don't even want this salad no more. You were talking shit to the salad. I was like, all right, dog, get another plate. Like, just ask them for a fresh plate and they'll bring you one. And he was just like, yeah, man, I just need them to take away this plate. This salad disrespecting me. And I'm like, what? Yeah, man, this shit just being around. I don't even want this no more. This shit just disrespecting me now. I'm like, okay, Pablo, damn. So then the meat stuff starts coming around and you start, at first, you, like, especially if you've never been off rip, you're trying everything because you don't know what things taste like.
Yeah.
You don't know exactly what you like from there. You don't know, like,
and the
what's
first
good,
thing they
not.
come to you is with the chicken.
They came with you with the chicken, but it was wrapped in bacon, so you feel like, all right.
Yeah, it was chicken breast wrapped with bacon. So I was like, okay, that's a pass.
So you get it. You're going good. You're having fun. You're starting to, like, you know, get your masculinity up throughout the meal. We ordered lamb off rip, so the lamb starts coming. You start getting a little taste of the good stuff. They brought some crazy ribeyes out.
Yeah.
They were ridiculous.
But then this is where they screwed up. They brought the sirloin with the bacon, but the sirloin's hella overcooked. And then that's when just like my mind exploded.
So after that, Pablo starts being very selective about his meats.
Because I said, yo, that's overcooked. Get it off my plate.
I didn't hear that. What I did hear is when the garlic steak came back around, and then you said, nah, I don't want that. I didn't like that last time. And I'm like, all right, Pablo, a simple, nah, I'm good would have sufficed. There was no need to insult the establishment.
I didn't insult the establishment. I insulted the steak.
So I was like, all right, dog, you getting wild.
But they were cool as fuck, though.
We did have the coolest staff.
Yeah.
We did have the coolest staff. One thing is we were being extremely loud, but there was an old group about the same size in the opposite corner of our area, and they were being equally as loud. Yeah. So it was perfect.
I was on top of the world, and I do think what you're saying is right. That my whatever it was, testosterone. But I was feeling myself in Fogo de Chao. I was like, let's go. I could dominate the world.
So we're at Fogo de Chao. We're dominating the world.
I'm on top of the mountain.
And then now it's time to hit the bars.
And here's where I implode. I'm a shooting star that imploded too soon.
Mind you, the good thing that your car didn't work, because I don't know if you would have been able to scooter back on your own. We scootered to the bars.
No, it was my phone. I wasn't getting signal.
Okay. I wasn't getting signal either. I had to go through a bunch of stuff to finally get signal.
And then when I did get signal, it didn't I must have put a number in wrong, bro.
So at some point you get piggybacked over to the bars on someone else's scooter.
Yeah, it was Hunter. Shouts out Hunter.
Shouts out Hunter.
I was like freaking the hell out. I was like, bro, we gonna die. And he's like, nah, bro, it's cool. And I was like, no, we're gonna die.
So we start hitting the bars of Rainy. Shouts out Rainy is better than 6th Street. And if you're out in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
To me, every bar out at Rainy seemed like a little mini Axelrad.
Yeah. But they're all like houses. So it's like, it honestly just feels like you're bouncing from frat party to frat party.
Well, because what it was is you'd walk in, like you said, it'd be a little house.
But yeah, they're all like mini Axelrads.
So you'd walk in, there's a bar, and then you could go outside, and there's always a little patio area.
Yeah.
So you're just judging patio areas.
Yeah.
So it was cool. We're out there.
And no one has a working bathroom, allegedly.
It was one place that didn't have a working bathroom, and that place made you think that every place didn't have. It was one place.
It was more than one place.
It was one place.
It was more than one place.
So we start getting Pablo shots at these bars, and we end up the night. Mind you, Pablo also got exhausted. He was dehydrated from the river. And everything fucked him up because he shouldn't have gone out that night. Okay? You should not have been out that night.
Look at how small I am.
You should not have been out. But you spoke, so we were out. So, we're at a club, shouts out bar, whatever the fuck, called Reina. Shouts out Reina.
Yeah.
That's the last bar that we get at that night.
Oh, and you guys are dancing around me because I'm trying to throw up in this trash can.
We're in a corner, and the restroom doesn't work, so we have you throwing up in a corner, but we're all as a group dancing to block you. Just dancing, being like, yep, ain't nothing going on behind us. And then a guy comes up and we're afraid that we're caught. And then he's just looking around because he needs to pee.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, if I just hop out the back real quick, can y'all open it back up for me? I was like, we got you. It never fully closes, so we never had to do anything.
Yeah.
So we're dancing, but then you spotted that was open. People had been going out back there and peeing because they kind of realized that that was the easiest way. So then Pablo starts throwing up back there.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, you know how there's sometimes abandoned cars?
Yeah.
On streets?
Sometimes.
There was a car there, and my drunk mind said, this is an abandoned car. This is okay.
So you throwing up on the car?
Yeah, dude,
all right. No, I didn't know that.
I'm using it to
hold yourself up. So I'm kind of by the door because I want to make sure that
I'm in between a wall and then the car, and I'm puking.
Jesus is watching you, and then you get kicked out, the softest kick out I've ever seen in life.
I mean, it could have been so much worse.
Yeah, they came to you and basically said, "Yo, dog, we cannot let you back in through this door."
They told me, or
they told Jesus, I think.
Yeah, they told Jesus. They were not speaking to me.
And they were like,
at one point, I said, napkin.
We cannot let him back in through this way. He's out the back door throwing up. We just cannot let him back in this club. And then he just told Jesus, hey, can you please stay out here with them? I don't want you to just come back in and party.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I got you. So he goes out there with you, and then he comes up to us and he goes, yo, I had to let him go because they're throwing up. And he's taking care of them. I don't know if you guys want to go out with them or if you guys want to stay behind and let them go, it's up to you guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so he didn't even really kick us all out.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, bet. And I just walked out with you.
Yeah.
That's how that night ends.
No, it didn't end there. Again, we had separate cars. I don't know whose car I was in.
You were definitely in your own car, but I don't know who was driving.
It was Ruben then. Okay. Ruben was DD. So we're waiting. I don't know who's getting the car, but like we're sitting there waiting for the car to get there. Or we were waiting for something. But
y'all were waiting on us.
Yeah.
Because what it was me, Ryan, and Jesus. Jesus was the designated driver.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Ryan, and Jesus took off to go get the cars to come get y'all. I was not a designated driver, but I was not as messed up as everybody, and I wanted to ride the scooter.
Yeah.
So I just said I want to scooter along with y'all.
Oh, yeah, because we were like, because y'all were like, wait, would we get DWIs if we're like riding a drunk, like...
Yeah, and so they're like, y'all just wait there and we'll come get you. So and I was like, I want to ride a scooter too.
This is what happened while we were waiting. We're like, there's like these apartments, and we like find like a little sitting area, and we're sitting there, and then like this guy, there's like a wooded area too. This guy like runs up to us, like frat outfit, sweaty. I'm pretty sure he was like on PCP or something, but he's like super sweaty. Like runs up to us and he's like, "Oh wait, y'all are not my fan group," and he like goes away to like this other like frat looking kids like across the street, and we're like, "What the hell?" And Ruben goes, "Man, this man just came up, like walked up to us and said, 'Oh, you guys are brown. I gotta go.' Like this is not my group.
So
too many brown people here."
Overall,
and then no, it gets better. Security, like, then they just keep running around. Security guard from the apartments comes out, and I'm thinking like, oh frick, like he's gonna come to us because I'm like dry heaving over these trees and stuff, and like I'm like about to throw up. He's just like, yo, what's up, guys? He walks past us like we're cool. Like he saw us. He's like, brown people, all right, bet. Like y'all are good. And then he's like the he's like talking mess of frackets in his security outfit, ready to lose it all.
Just ready to like
he's
throw
just
hands.
Like, he's like, y'all trying to fight for real? Cross the street. What's up? What's up? What's up? And then I scream, kick their ass.
Okay. So you had an eventful end. We are scootering. Ryan semi-breaks his phone.
Oh, yeah.
We out here just trying to get to you guys, right? But that's the general end of day one. It doesn't end on the nicest of notes. No. It's fun. We get soft kicked out of Reno, right? Cool. The next day, bad idea number 2. Pablo wants to go skating in the hottest fucking day of the weekend. It's hot as balls. It's like, and we're old now. We've discussed this, all right? There's all these kids skating around there. I'm shirtless, sweating through my shorts, looking like I peed myself. It's ridiculous, all right? And we're all wearing matching Pablo shirts, like the one I'm wearing right now, okay? We're all as a team wearing Pablo shirts. Half of us are skating, half of us are cheerleading.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So we all at the skate park, like our moms just dropped us off. All right?
No, there was one dude, that dude that was like in a wife beater that had his son like on the ripstick or whatever.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I know what this is. He's like, whose bachelor party is it? I thought that question was so stupid because I was like, do you not see my face on there?
The problem is you were wearing a hat the whole day so no one could determine what you look like.
Oh.
Your hair is a big thing about the way like you're like it all fits together. Mm-hmm. And because you were wearing a hat, you didn't look like yourself. So many people asked who was on the shirt. And we'd have to point you out. Because like you were wearing a hat. Mm. If you look like the way you look now, it wouldn't be a question.
Yeah.
But also, they put pictures of you throughout the years, so that doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
So people were like, who are the other people?
Oh, yeah, they'd be like, who are the other people in the back? And it's like, it's all him.
Yeah. So that was a little confusing for some people.
Yeah.
That by what I noticed, but yeah, you would get that question a lot. These shirts garnered so much attention. So we leave the skate park. Finally. Holy shit. It was hot as fuck. And the next step is...
we leave and I realize I'm getting dehydrated because when I get dehydrated, my hands start to do this. They like cramp up and I can't move them.
And that was happening?
And that was starting to happen. So I was like, fuck. Like, we got to get out of here. And then I was like, I haven't even had alcohol. Like, this is just regular dehydration, pigging back of all the drinking I've also been doing. So then we go get the cigars.
Yep. Yeah. We go get the cigars. That dude...
was mad cool. Bro, he had pinky rings.
All right. If you smoke cigars or sell cigars or deal with cigar activities, I feel like you need a pinky ring.
True.
So it made sense. Cool dude. Good cigars. We go from there. Originally, this was sounding like it was just going to be like a chill, nice afternoon.
That's what I thought.
The first thought was, let's go get the cigars for later.
Yeah, and like then let's go back. Like
the next thing I was hearing was then let's go and get paletas.
Oh yeah.
Or mangonadas.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll stop by a bar and get Pablo a shot or something.
Yeah, like day drink a little.
Like that's what I heard.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So we head over to the spot for the cigars, and we ride by Rainy again. And Armando was the one really out here. The word of the weekend was vibes, for starters.
Yeah.
And it was all about what place had the vibes, what place had the best vibes, what place had the best vibes during the day versus the nighttime.
Yeah.
And apparently, the place that we had gone to the night before had way better day vibes than night vibes. So we needed to see what the day vibes were like, apparently.
And then Jesus goes, all right, man. Jesus being my future brother-in-law, he's like, all right, man. Here are this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit Rainy again. It's gonna be your redemption. Like this is, which it wasn't.
Hold on.
It kind of was.
I would say, here's what I will say. So it's a redemption, and we're like, all right, let's try to be a little responsible. Pablo's getting all these shots. He's gonna be demolished. But in order for the rest of us,
he said, you're gonna take a shot with all the groomsmen, and then that's it. It's a wrap. We're leaving. And then I said, no, I'm not doing that. Like that's ridiculous. Like I'm not gonna make it. I told him, I was like, I want to enjoy the cigars. Like I want to enjoy myself. Like if we do that, like it's a wrap for me. Like I'm not gonna make it out of here. And I was right. I didn't make it out of there.
So we somehow convinced him.
Because I placed rules. I was like, we're not mixing alcohols.
Okay,
One
yeah.
liquor. I said, y'all are gonna keep me hydrated. And I was like, and don't buy me any actual drinks. I was like, shots only if we're actually gonna do this. Keep me hydrated, and we're gonna do the same liquor, and we're picking it right now, and it was tequila.
Okay, so those are the ground rules. We hit the town. We're going through. It becomes normal. You know, we're starting off at a good place.
Yeah, first place was cool.
We hit Reina again. I think it's like the second or third place we get to.
It was the second. It was like redemption time.
And it's redemption time because this is the place that Pablo got kicked out from last night.
No, that was Reina was third. We the second place we walk into, there's like all these like Middle Eastern dudes. Big ups to that.
It was at Reina.
Was at Reina? Yeah, okay.
So we walk into Reina. Middle Eastern dudes get there at the same time we do. See us all with matching shirts. Saw that we were brown, all wearing matching shirts, and then go, yo, how many? Didn't even ask yet. Say, how many people do you guys got? 9. All right, bet. So we got this many. All right, bet. 13 Jello shots on us. Then he goes, what's going on? Is it someone's birthday or what's going on? And we go, nah, it's our boy's bachelor party. R.I.P. to our boy. The whole spiel. And he goes, that's what's up. We start taking these Jello shots. Immediately feel redeemed. We're like, cool. We literally stepped in here.
And I said, that counts for this bar. And everyone was like, no, that doesn't count.
Which I was kind of like, that'd been dope. I have to buy shots. But then I was like, all right, it doesn't count. I agree with you guys. So let's keep on going with the thing.
That was mistake number 1. That should have counted.
That should have counted, but it didn't. So then we get you lemon drop shot.
Yeah, you and me.
And we go onto the back where these thoughts show up, okay? It's their birthday.
Yeah.
And I don't know what is up with these people when their birthday, but I think they're just trying to be in whatever like the thing is so that they feel like their stuff's getting more lit. So they just start hanging around us.
They're hanging around Mondo. Mondo just attracts white girls.
Yeah. They were just like hanging around Mondo.
Like I was in the back talking to like you and Danny.
I don't know. I was next to Mondo.
Oh no!
Because I
was talking to Ruben. I was talking to somebody in the back.
Because like, it was me and Mondo standing there, and I don't know if they just went towards like the big dudes.
Yeah,
because they started asking us questions. So like one filmmaker was talking to Mondo, and the birthday girl was talking to me, and was like, "What's going on? Like, what is going on here today? What's up with the shirts?"
Yeah,
and I'd be like,
"Yeah, it was Ruben." Because I see, and he's like, "All right, I'll be right back." He leaves.
Exactly. So this whole thing's going on. We like ask her if she could take pictures of us. She starts like doing the whole party white girl picture stuff.
Yeah,
all the usual things that they do. So I'm like, okay. Cool. Now Pablo, unbegrudgingly, is at least surrounded by thoughts, had free shots, and, you know, it's more of a fun time. It's more redeeming than getting kicked out for throwing up in the back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. We're at a good place so far, so good. I go in to get a drink.
Ruben comes back with shot.
I go in to get a drink,
Yeah.
and I see Ruben at the bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what's going on? Like, what's the plan? He was like, these girls, they just kind of sucking the energy out. They just trying to hype with the squad, but they ain't even buying my boy shots. He's like, so I think they're going to think that we're supposed to buy him shots, and we're definitely not doing that.
Yeah.
He's like, so we just got to kind of leave on a good note. So I'm going to get another round of Jello shots for us. We're going to take a shot and then dip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So then we come out. Ruben gets all these shots for everybody. We take the shots. Happy birthday, girls. Dip.
Yeah.
Bounce out of there so that we don't got to deal with them and they don't try to suck the whole rest of the day up.
Yeah.
Cool. We can finally get that redemption. Cut to one shot before the night's supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten you to almost every person has bought you a shot.
Yeah.
Mind you, we had already pre-said we don't think that we will make it through the end, but that's the goal.
Yeah.
We had already pre-said that might not happen. But then it becomes more of like a mission in Ruben's eyes. Like, Ruben's like, we have 45 minutes to go to 3 bars. So
yeah, he's like doing the math.
Minutes. He's like, we have 15 minutes in each place. We go in there. No one get an additional drink because that kept on happening.
Yeah.
Every time we turn around, fucking Jonah had like a full frozen drink or some shit. And then he'd have to chug it before we leave because like, yo, we're about to leave this bar.
Yeah.
Mind you, the first night we were trying to leave the bar and go to another one, and he had left his tab behind. He had to close it. So that was a little bit of that, which I know was getting Ruben annoyed too, because he's like, we need to fucking go. Why y'all keep on getting drinks?
Yeah.
So, second to last bar, Pablo's like, yo, like he looks defeated almost.
Yeah.
Yo, how much time we got left? Like, how many more bars do we have to go through? I said, dude, you got one more. Like, you're at the finish line.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right. Before we leave there, Mondo's talking to these girls, and then those girls...
When wasn't he?
Exactly. Mondo's talking to some girls. He comes out, and then these girls give you a shot.
Oh, yeah. And then Obama's playing, and I said, I'm not drinking it.
Exactly. You were like, I'm not drinking it until the beat drops. I'm like, Pablo, the song changed. You just need to drink it.
Yeah.
So you drink the shot, and at this point, you're already getting lit. This is when I start... When Mo Bamba comes on, I think that puts you in a different level. It's the same thing that happened when we were playing the horse game.
Yeah.
Once Mo Bamba comes, you turned into something different.
Yeah. I was dapping everybody up.
We were Block Boy JB dancing.
Yo, and then when that dude that like didn't fit in, like it's not that he didn't fit in, but he was like the bouncer, but his whole attire did not fit the vibe of the bar.
Yeah,
and I was like dabbing him up and stuff, and
that was a vibe, and we're leaving.
Bro, I
and
showed
we're going
Vara one of the pictures where like I'm on like the like the handrail and I'm like sliding down.
Yeah,
Vara's like, why do you always do that when you're drunk? And I'm like, I don't know.
You do that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know why you do that.
No, she knows I do it. She was like, she zoomed in. She's like, of course.
Now I was going through because a lot of them were lives.
Yeah.
And I would go through to some of the fun ones and click on it, and they're so funny to see live.
Yeah.
So like we're hitting the last bar, we're feeling like the end's near, and everyone's like, cool, we just had a successful night or day of drinking, a successful day drinking session.
Yeah.
And
here's where I imploded again.
Pablo takes the shot, and we're like, woo, like it's kind of like a, woo, we did it. Immediately, Pablo turns into a fucking demon and is like, we're staying on Rainy. And at that point, the rest of us were like, no, the fuck, we're not. That is what is not happening right now. He immediately leaves the bar and walks into another bar, shows his ID and everything. We're talking to the bouncer like, is he not too fucked up to be in this bar? And the guy just kind of shrugs his shoulders like, And just Pablo goes in. So then we're like, okay, fine. Victory lap, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's all buy a shot and let's all take one last shot with Pablo to end this.
Mm-hmm.
We take that. Pablo's rampaging to the next bar, and we're like, let's hydrate him. Now we're separated by cars, so we start heading towards our car.
Mm-hmm.
Our car experience is a little different than your car experience. Mm-hmm. We had a very spiritual moment amongst our car where we were just big up and gassing each other up, getting in our feels.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what I wanted to do.
People's parents and stuff were being called. I felt like daughters were being brought into question. Like it was a nice come to experience.
Jesus moment.
Yeah. I'm feeling nice and toasty at 7 p.m. I'm like, this is a nice feeling at this time. We got cigars. We ready to go to the house. We about to jump into the pool. The thoughts of grilling were up in the air. Turns out to be pizza was so much easier for everybody. Pablo is vandalizing bird scooters on the streets, antagonizing police officers, threatening to jump out of vehicles, attempting to jump out of vehicles, screaming, kicking, yelling, singing, gagging, dry heaving. A lot of stuff was going on that side.
Dude, when I woke up in the morning, I did not want to like face you guys.
So
like I like the fact that I woke up and I had no recollection, and I had like some memories,
and none of them were good.
But none of them had. It's like there's no video to this audio. Like they just had audio. There was no video to the memory. So we get to the house and we're hyped. What do you guys see when you first pull up to the driveway?
I didn't see that.
Oh.
I didn't see that. We were already in. And
I fell out the car.
Apparently,
Allegedly.
As soon as the door opened, Pablo was like face down on the floor. Of the driveway. Allegedly. I didn't see that one. So
allegedly.
We go in and we're all hyped. We just had like a spiritual awakening. Mm-hmm. And we're talking to Ruben. We're hyped.
Yeah.
And Ruben's like about to pull his hair out. He's like, hold on, guys. Please just give me a second. Like, I'm like, what the fuck did we do? And he's like, Pablo, I almost was going to fucking stab him like multiple times. And then the problem too was Jonah's half involvement in the whole weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Where like Pablo was literally trying to jump out of a vehicle. And like Jonah's like on Instagram being like just laughing. And be like, yo, can you hold Pablo? And he'd be like, I'm trying. And like not trying at all. And so I heard that the second that some music got put on and you got into like your singing bag, you kind of eased out and calmed out a little bit.
Karaoke calms me down, man.
So we're at the house. We're getting ready to go in. And we're having to pick up Pablo like every place that he's at. He like passes out on the couch after saying he wants to do a podcast and throwing a microphone.
I didn't throw it.
Allegedly. To me, the microphone was thrown. It was standing, and then when I turned around, it wasn't.
That could have meant anything. It could have just meant that it fell on its own.
Could have. But you were knocking off bird scooters earlier in the day. I have no reason to believe you weren't knocking microphones over. I have no reason to believe you weren't. And for all the data points to you having thrown a microphone.
I want y'all to know how many bird scooters I threw. That it got to a point where like Ruben was like, bro, if a cop would have been watching, he'd be like, all right, that's one too many. That's a felony, bro.
Yeah, like at a certain point, something has to have been said. Like,
no, and then like Danny would like hang back. That's Ruben's little brother. That looks just like Ruben.
Yeah.
Danny would hang back and like pick him back up, and I would run back and push him down again.
You're such a piece of shit. You're the worst person when you're that drunk.
And then Ruben goes, he like tries to hype me up like how you would, but you would like hype me up in a way that can like still like keep a leash on me somehow.
I've always, that was my plan. My goal was how can I like hype him up just enough.
And then because Ruben goes, all right, Pablo, right here, this bird scooter. He's like rubbing my shoulders. He's like, this bird scooter. He's like, knock it over. And then it's like releasing like the Tasmanian devil. I'm like, ah! And then like I like apparently I pushed it like as hard as possible.
And, like, okay, you got a little too hyped on that one.
And then Ruben goes, and you kept sprinting.
So
and then he was like, and there was a family.
Yeah, yeah, you was wilding that day.
Okay, so then keep going because the night didn't end there.
The night did not end there. That was 7:00 p.m. All right, and he's pushing over bird scooters in broad daylight.
Yeah.
So we go back, and we're at this point like we're gonna do our thing. Mm-hmm. We're back at the crib. You've allegedly fallen out of cars. You say that you want to do the podcast and throw a microphone, and you're passed out on the couch.
I didn't throw it.
Allegedly. I'm gonna believe you threw it. But these microphones do tend to fall sometimes.
Yeah, so like it really could have just...
It could have just fallen, but you just pushed bird scooters, so I'm sorry you're gonna have to take this one.
Okay, that's fine.
And then at this point, after the mic, I didn't even go front. I stopped caring a little bit. A tad bit. I was supposed to be like, I was trying to get something, and someone was outside, and someone said, hey, I have to use the restroom. Can you watch Pablo?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I remember saying that, doing whatever I was doing, because I was going to go outside. I was going to grab the cigar or something. And by the time someone got to you, like, they saw you and you're just laying on the floor outside. And I think Ruben saw you, and I thought, I was like, fuck, I'm supposed to be watching him.
Yeah.
Like, I tried to make an excuse on why it was okay that you were on the floor. Because then you started talking, and I was like, oh, like, he alert, though. And so at a certain point, I think someone manages to get you in bed. Mm-hmm. Someone manages to get you put away. At one point, you're, like, passed out by the pool, and I try to get you to stay awake so you can smoke cigars with us.
Yeah.
And at some point, we're just like, no, he needs to rest. And you get put away. We're at that point. We smoking cigars. We outside. We just chilling.
But I would reemerge randomly.
And you reemerged. And I'm like, oh, shit, I don't know what's happening. Pablo's reemerging. But you would come back like if you were dead ass coming back from the dead. Like, arms out, like, a ghost, like I was legit uncertain on what was about to happen. What Pablo we were about to get. And at some point, you slip into the hot tub.
Yeah.
I had no idea, like, when you got there. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, you was wildin' that night, dog. Yeah. You was wildin'.
But then, like, little parts of me would come out.
Okay. You would be completely incoherently drunk. And then start singing Oldie. By Odd Future.
Or, like, I would, like, people would have, like, Ruben told me this. He was having a conversation with Hunter. Like, they were, like, when they deadlifted me to put me to bed the final time. Hunter was, like, talking to him, and Ruben, like, couldn't even focus. And he goes, wait, what are you saying? And then I said, oh, he said blah, 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 blah.
And I'd be like, what the fuck? Sometimes I would be like, is Pablo acting? Or is he really this fucked up?
No,
because I know, but part of it was, like, when those things would happen, I'd be like kind of like with Stevie Wonder. Yeah. When you're like, is he really blind? Because sometimes, like,
yeah,
you don't know.
Yeah.
And this is the way that I felt with Pablo the whole weekend. The whole weekend, Pablo would get obliterated. And then the next day, he'd be like, what's up, guys? Yeah. And I'd be like, all right. Like, we're just going to...
There would be more and more shame every night when I'd have to be like, hey, what's going on, everybody? Dude, the final... I swear to God, like, the final night, I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. Like, I don't know, like...
You don't know what happened, really?
No, I know. I was like, I like start recollecting things, and like I can hear y'all talking. So starts like, then I can start
piecing things together.
Yeah, like I'm like putting, and I was like, oh, this is not good, because I hear like what you guys are talking about, and I was like, oh, this is not a good look.
What's one of the worst things you remember hearing?
That like how freaking annoying I was, basically, just like. And I was like, oh no, like, this is not good. Like, I would just, like, keep reemerging and just, like, being an asshole. And, yeah. So then, like, I remember, like, I feel like what was fun, too, like, the drive back to Houston, I feel like was an actual, like, road trip somehow, even though it's just a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah, but it felt like we were able to recall more and more of what was going on.
Yeah, we were like jamming to old Kanye, like singing along.
Yeah, and it felt like a good bookend after having some tacos.
Yeah.
You know?
We stopped at that one town that had a huge Trump sign and we peed on it. JK, we didn't pee on the sign. We went into the woods. But then you guys go, bro, if you were drunk, you would have been like, that sign's like disrespecting me. I'm going to go destroy it, and then try to actually go and destroy it.
True. Good thing we didn't let you pee in public. Actually,
I didn't pee in public.
The only thing we're a little worried about is that you would spend a lot of time in the corner of the house where the neighbors could probably easily see you. Uh-huh. And we don't know if you're just throwing up. We don't know if you're peeing. We didn't know what direction you were peeing.
I feel like I peed and I probably felt like I was going to throw up, so I was just standing there.
Well, no, meaning like we weren't sure what direction. At some point you were just freely going over there, and we don't really know what direction you were whipping it out in. We really didn't know like who or if someone was peeking.
Yeah.
it would be more ruckus if we tried to go over there and do something about it. So we kind of just let you. So that is up in the air 100%. We don't really know. Mm-hmm. But some things may have been seen by some people. Not us.
Was there like actual neighbors out there?
There was cars and there was lights on the top.
Okay.
Like in windows.
Shit. I don't know. All of this is allegedly.
Dog, I was there.
Okay. All of this is allegedly. Y'all weren't there.
So, I think...
Y'all say round 4 at the wedding? Okay, Jonah came up with that?
Yes, but it's going to be round 4, dog.
No, I'm not doing that.
What are you talking about?
I'm not getting that drunk at my wedding. Y'all are fucking crazy.
What are you talking about? That's the point.
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, we just have to get you to the point before implosion.
Like I'm not going to drink at all.
What?
Like I might have a beer.
You're capping.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
You just gonna have a boring wedding?
I'm not gonna have a boring wedding. I'm gonna have fun, but I'm not gonna drink. Like I'll drink. I'll drink my little thing at the toes, my little champagne. I'll have 2 beers max, maybe 3 to get buzzed.
All right. All I'm saying is, once people start coming up to you and yelling shots.
Nope. I legit will not take it. I'll do the.
I'm going to have to start lacing your drinks with shots, dog.
No, bro. Like, I will not do it. No.
I am spiking the punch bowl.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
So.
That being said, thank you for coming to our tell-all.
And I don't know. Let's look at time to see if we're like. I think. Okay, so technically, we have time to close things out and give us like a. If you have anything else that you want to talk about this, or if you want to try to go into one topic,
let's just go into one good topic.
All right. So I think this is a good topic. Only because of like the way that it's being announced. Mm-hmm. Lil Uzi Vert is allegedly buying a planet larger than Jupiter. It's WASP something. Let's see what the actual name of the planet is right now. It's WASP 127b. Okay, so apparently, like, there's a bunch of documentation. Mind you, he had also bought that $27 million diamond. So people are kind of like,
it's not even on his forehead.
He took it off.
Then what was the point?
I mean, owning the diamond, and I think the flex, and I think the
press.
The press. I mean, to be honest, you really want to have an allegedly $27 million diamond on your head as you just walk around life.
Yeah,
it's a little dangerous.
You get murdered.
Exactly. You'd have to up your security, up your life insurance.
The streets are so hot right now.
Imagine your life insurance you'd have to put up.
Yeah,
like, you'd have to increase your life insurance.
Yeah, no, it'd be insane. Could you imagine the streets are so hot right now, and someone needs to talk about how hot the streets in Houston are. The fact that there was the shooting inside a Galleria Mall.
When was this?
Like a week ago.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, the streets are very hot. Apparently, this was the thing that had been put out. It was Grimes, which is Elon Musk's baby mama, said apparently...
Mom to...
Yeah. Apparently, Lil Uzi Vert owns this planet. Just a heads up, said Grimes on Twitter, responding to a picture of WASP 127b, a gas giant exoplanet larger than Jupiter. I tried to surprise everybody, replied Uzi, still working on it. And then Grimes goes, documentation almost complete for Lil Uzi Vert to legally claim a WASP 127b. This is huge. First human to legally own a planet, wrote back Grimes. So,
bro,
I'm understanding...
Watch aliens be like, were you fucking serious?
Humans.
No. Like, if there's life on other planets, could you imagine them being like, LOL?
All I'm saying is he's first human to legally own a planet. Something tells me if we look back, Soulja Boy might have been the first.
Yo, Soulja Boy did it first. Anything out there on the internet, Soulja Boy did it first. I don't care what you got to say about it.
So, I'm sure Soulja Boy might be having to peel through his documentation.
Yeah, Big Draco's going to come out. He's going to go on the break.
He's going to go, Uzi?
Yeah.
Uzi?
He's like, I've been on a planet, bro.
You mean Uzi, the one who beat up his girl because he with another dude but ain't his girl, but then that girl with another dude but ain't even his girl? Uzi?
Y'all better stop playing with me.
So, I mean, that's another thing, too, that I was just thinking is a little odd, is that everyone's just so, like, Uzi's doing stuff, and people are just like, yep, Uzi's doing this, Uzi's doing that. But we never really got to the bottom of, like...
Where's the album?
Not where's the album. That was a way before thing. Another thing, where's the album? Where's the this? What about what happened with that fucking abuse thing? He allegedly ran up into a restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And then St. John was at the restaurant with Brittany Bird, his old girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
They were apparently talking business, talking like some sort of deal or something. Uzi hops out of a black Escalade, barges into the restaurant, confronts everybody there, and then I guess tries to push John or something. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, he falls to the floor, and when he does, his gun falls out. Mm-hmm. And when that happens, he takes the gun, puts it to Brittany's stomach, and then slaps her. And then dips. And then she apparently said she was going to press charges. She said she had filed a police report. And then that's all that we heard. That was the news day of it. Next thing that we hear Uzi doing is buying a planet.
You think she got spoken to?
I don't know if she got spoken to. I don't think so. I just think that people don't care enough about Britney. Like, think about, like, the Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion thing, and that's the people care about Megan.
Yeah.
So if people don't care about Britney, and, I mean, I only know that one St. John song with Kanye. I thought St. John was Asian until I saw him, like, live.
Wait, what song with Kanye?
A Smack DVD. Smack DVD, na 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 na. And where Kanye goes on that weird thing about abortion. He's like, there's 1,000 black babies getting murdered every day. They don't know where to go, how to get a plan A. I don't know. You didn't hear the abortion propaganda song?
Oh, is that when he was like saying that he almost aborted North?
Nah, that was before. That was like on a previous Project Rollout or whatever, when he was saying that he almost aborted North and he almost killed her. And I think that might have been right before Jesus is King.
Yeah, when he was like wilding out.
Yeah.
Being like, I don't want Kim to show her body.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just think it's weird because, like I said, whenever certain things, basically, like, people get to choose what they want to report on, choose what, like, is popping for the day, but, like, we won't ever get full resolution.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
So it's like, I'm really surprised that I'm not hearing more and more people being like, especially the way the internet is, but Uzi this and this and that, because part of me feels like Uzi is so loved by the internet. He's also so small and so innocent looking, and like he has these feminine energies when he dances. That people can't see him being masculine, hyper aggressive, and like being like a typical rap dude. Like you would see, like if you hear DaBaby do that, I think like, you immediately like, yeah, it makes sense. Fuck DaBaby.
Yeah.
But with Lil Uzi, I think there's something like, what did she do though? Like, I think that's kind of like what people start going at. You know what I mean? Which...
Does he have a V-Lone tat on his face?
Fucking who knows, dude? Look, he's got so many goddamn tattoos.
Yeah, look.
He does have a V-Lone tattoo.
Is that like correlation with the beating?
What? Dog! Yo, all the male abusers in rap just get V-Lone tattoos as like the mark.
Yeah. Like
we standing together. It's like a cult.
Yeah.
The we beat our women mark.
Jeez.
Yikes. I'm gonna have to spread myself on that one. But I mean, yeah, dog, I just want to say round 4 at the wedding.
Nope.
Is gonna get lit. I think. If you ask me, it might get a little lit.
Did you look at our registry?
I haven't fully looked at it. I've looked at some of it.
Could you tell what I put in there?
No, I haven't looked like that.
Dude,
I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. Like, I think I've gotten... one thing that I will say is I did feel mad honored for having been, like, the second person who, like, knew you the longest there.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, bet. I belong here.
It was you. Well...
It was Ruben.
No one beats Jonah because he's my family.
Yeah, but can we count that? So 3rd then. 4th, technically, because Danny probably knew you longer. Yeah. But maybe...
yeah, like...
But as in seen you, but maybe not like hung out with you in the point where like
have
actually gotten to know you. Because it was what? Jonah, then Ruben, then Danny, then me.
But if you I wouldn't count Jonah because he's my family. Like, he had to know me.
Exactly. So then we're really talking Ruben, Danny, me.
Yeah.
Then you start going down the whoever else.
Everyone else I met in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, dog, we was OG. We was there.
Yeah.
Me and Ruben was holding it down.
Holding it down.
And I will just say we hyped for the wedding.
August 20th. August 20th is when it drops.
I'm glad marriage dropping soon.
Wait. Yo, we got a DJ, and it's gonna be live.
Is
like
it?
So like we had like, yo, this DJ is so professional. I'm so hyped, bro. We had like a meeting with him, and he's like, yeah, man, like this is what I do. Like, I want y'all to tell me like who's y'all's favorite artist, and I'll start making mixes based around that. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to play. Like, you'll have a list of everything that I'm going to play, and you get to tell me yes or no.
That works out so well. That's so good.
And bro, like Elvira and I got so hyped because we were telling him, I'm like, bro, you don't understand. Like, we wouldn't say yes to people because none of us have told us this. So we were like, I don't want to hire this dude, spend all this money, and he's like playing country music, and I'm like, bro, fuck you, I don't like country music. You know, like.
You ain't playing no country songs at all?
Maybe like 2 or 3, but like, you know,
I feel you.
I don't want you to just play country music like the whole night. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not yee like that, bro.
Not like that. You have some yee tendencies, which I feel like we uncovered this weekend.
I do? Like what?
I don't know. I just felt like I was getting certain yee energies of.
I mean, I was in Nacogdoches for a long time.
So I think you just like inherited a little bit of yee energy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. It's gonna get lit. I mean, I'm just kind of like this was a fun weekend, but I'm also kind of glad it's over too.
Yeah, me too.
It's like one of those like it was a lot.
It was a lot. I wasn't expecting it to be like that, bro. I've never partied like that in my life.
Hey, at least you had to do it one time for the one time.
On God.
But I'm glad.
I'm big brr.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself to the degree that you could have, by what you could remember. I think, if nothing else, we enjoyed seeing you that messed up.
There was a point that I was like, do my friends really like me, or are they just secretly trying to kill me?
Did you really have that moment at one point? I'm like, why would we do all this to kill you?
No, I know.
It'd be so much work.
Yeah.
It would have been so many easier ways.
Yeah.
I've just thrown a cat on you.
Or like just pulled the blicky out because I'm not strapped. Why did y'all think I would enjoy shooting?
I never said that. I thought when that itinerary came out, I thought you had something to do with those things.
No.
When I saw shooting, I was like, why the fuck? Like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that those two things, Topgolf and shooting, did not happen.
I don't know how to do either of those things.
So, good thing those didn't happen. I don't know who the fuck came up with those. I think some people were just pulling out bro shit.
Yeah, they were. And
I guess those fell where they may. But I think that the important things that actually pertain to you got done.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I was telling Elvira, and she's like, you wouldn't even want to go to a gun range? And I was like, not really. But like, I was like, I mean, I guess I would. But like, if I had to choose between going to the skate park or going to a gun range, like, I'm not going to a gun range.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're way over time. Thank you for listening. We love you. We care for you.
Keep on liking, keep on subscribing, tell people.
Comment. Tell us what you want to hear us talk about.
Yeah. And
Big brr.
round 4 at the wedding. Bow.